Hello and welcome to Narrowcast Boxing. It's June 27th, 2019. In this episode I'm going to preview a few fights which are happening this weekend. I'd like to start with Richard Commey versus Ray Beltran. This is for a world title at 135 pounds. I'm expecting Richard Commey to win. Beltran's best days are far behind him in my opinion, and I'm not too high on Commey either, but I think he'll be able to win this fairly comfortably, most likely on points, maybe a late stoppage. I would expect this to set up a unification with Vasyl Lomachenko at some point in the future, assuming Lomachenko beats Luke Campbell in his next fight, which I expect he will. Moving on, we have Demetrius Andrade versus Maciej Sulecki. I think I pronounced that okay. I'm interested in seeing this fight. Sulecki has been in with Danny Jacobs and gave him a tough fight. He lost a close decision in that one. I expect this to be a good test for Andrade, and I'd like to see how his performance stacks up with the Danny Jacobs performance. I'd expect Andrade to win on points. He's certainly not a knockout artist. I think he should be able to outbox Sulecki, and we'll learn more about where Andrade stands in the middleweight division. I am skeptical about him, but he's fighting regularly enough now to where I can get a better picture of where he's at. And once again, I expect him to win this fight on points. Moving on, Erickson Lubin versus Zakaria Attou. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Anyway, I don't really know anything about Lubin's opponent here. I watched a highlight clip of him. He's won a European championship, but there's nothing to suggest that he's anything more than an opponent for Lubin to look good against while Lubin builds himself back up into a world title challenger. I'm expecting Lubin to get the job done here. This fight is on the undercard of Jermall Charlo versus Brandon Adams. I think Charlo should win this fight, and I wouldn't be surprised if he won by stoppage. I said last week that the Charlo brothers go for knockouts, and overmatched opponents usually suffer this fate. You can see what I'm talking about with the Jermall Charlo fight, who fought last week and scored a brutal knockout. I think a similar outcome is likely in this fight. Brandon Adams has not fought at a high level of competition. He's lost 9 out of 10 rounds against Willie Monroe Jr., who is well below the talent level of Jermall Charlo in my opinion. And Adams was also stopped in 2 rounds against John Thompson, who has only ever challenged for a world title once and was knocked out in 7 rounds by Liam Smith. With that said, I think it should be fairly apparent how this fight is going to play out. I think Charlo will win at the very least and likely stop Brandon Adams. Anyway, that's it for this week. As always, like, subscribe, don't be afraid to leave a comment, and enjoy the fights, and I'll talk to you soon.